Hello and welcome to this short tutorial of Contact Plus Professional. That is our professional contact management system from www.contactplus.com. In the next few minutes I'm going to show you briefly how to make use of this excellent contact management system. And we'll start by taking a look here at the main screen. As you can see at the top here, we have a button bar. And there are 36 buttons you can use either with your function keys or by clicking. We have biographical information here in the middle of the screen where each contact information is stored. And then we have here down at the bottom kind of our user-defined screens and fields that you can use to set up different databases and customize it to your own use. And then of course at the very bottom we have our status lines, navigation, the ability to find and add, delete, mark, etc. from the bottom part of the screen. For data entry, you can either double click on any one of these fields and you'll get a quick pick. A better choice here would be, say, in title, and you see a bunch of options that are available. You can of course edit this as you see fit, and then you can just use the down arrow or press Alt down arrow to get to the different listing or choices. Now this is pretty much universal through the entire program. If you double click on a field, it'll bring up a pop-up, even in, say, address to. You'll have a quick pick for that address to field. Now it comes shipping with over 43,000 city, state, zip codes. So all you've got to do is when you're doing a data entry, you can just type in the zip code and it'll fill in the city, state, zip, and if it's a new contact, it'll actually put in the area code for you. On the upper left corner here, you see this little area here. Now this is color coded. As I scroll from contact to contact, you'll see the screen colors change in that little box there. And what that indicates is the age of the contact. We'll see a little number here. So this contact was actually changed or created somehow today. We'll go back and we see some old ones, and the colors change depending on how back far in time that say we took a note or we made a change to this particular record. So you can just scroll through your database and quickly see how old the contact is. You also see up here if you have any notes, phone calls, to-dos, meetings, quotes, letters, and you can also mark this contact from here. We also have this little indicator. This, we call it our hot cold indicator. You can quickly just take the indicator all the way to the top and you see the screen turns red. So this person is a hot person for some reason, and you can put here somewhere in the notes that you need to pay attention to this person. Or conversely, you could use that indicator kind of in a cold fashion. Now this of course is an optional field, but it's kind of nice to be able to take a look quickly and quickly kind of give an indicator, and you can use this for any purpose that you'd like. Very simple to set up. All we have to do is click on Setup, Global, and we have our hot cold colors. So we have the hottest and our coldest right there, and we can color the entire panel as we just did with that particular color. You know, Contact Plus was designed from the ground up as a multi-user system. When you buy the single user system, you actually have to log into it, but it is no problem to go from 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 users and on up if you need it as your business does expand. The nice thing is each user will see the same screen and get the feeling that they're the only person on the system, when in fact they're actually sharing data, sharing calendars, they're able to communicate, do email back and forth, messages, the while you're out messages, phone messages, etc. I'll show you real quick here. We have a little who is responsible for this contact. You'll see this who field in a lot of places. For example, in the notes field, we'll click on F7. You'll see a date, time, and then who took that note. So you have an unlimited number of notes per contact, and all of them are date and time stamped and who stamped or person stamped. So you'll see that all throughout the system. Now in Contact Plus we have 8 phone numbers that we can dial and a couple of fax numbers. We can actually dial using Skype, which is an internet dialing system. We can dial over a modem, or we can just simply log the phone call, not dial the phone through the system, but it would still log the fact that you actually did a dial. For example, if we clicked F3 here and we click dial, it would be dialing the phone as we speak. We'd click OK, and then we have an option whether or not we actually got through, left a voicemail, and if we did leave a voicemail, we can schedule another phone call at, say, in an hour. I'm going to click OK, yes. And so here's another scheduled call. It's now 2:22. At 3:22, we'll get a reminder to make a telephone call to this person. And we can just finish this up. We've basically elapsed 27 seconds waiting to make our phone call. So we can do phone calls, we can take notes, we can write letters. Our letter writer has the ability to interface with Word and WordPerfect, as well as a built-in word processor. I'll show you in just a second. Let me take a moment to show you the form letter ability. I'll click on F6 here, and then I have a couple of form letters that I have already written. I'll click on the first one. We'll go to Add Edit. I'll just right click on it and click on Edit. Okay, it's going to bring up our built-in word processor, and I want to show you here on the right we have a bunch of fields. So if I just simply click on the Insert field after positioning the cursor, I can just insert that and you'll see the honor. Now if I want to test that, I can click on the Test Merge button here on the lower right, and you'll see how it filled that all in. Now the honor field, I guess, was blank here, so let's stick in something like this: hello, first name, last name. How's that? Hello, Sanchez. So that's how that works, and that's with a built-in word processor. Let me show you how it works with Word. Okay, I've now set up Contact Plus to use Word 2007. So let's take a look at what that file looks like here. Let's bring it up here. So we have our little sample screen here, and you'll see here in order to put your merge fields in, you simply click on Insert Merge Field, and you've got your whole listing of merge fields that have come over from Contact Plus Professional. As you can see here, we have our mailing address, first name, and user field 1. You see them in brackets. So all I have to do is go back to the program, and we'll just click on the merge button with quick letter for this particular person, Mark Ward. So we'll click on merge, and it gives us an option to record history. We'll say OK. It'll bring up Word, and there we go. It's merged in Mark Ward's information. Thank you for giving us opportunity to quote the party. That corresponds, of course, to this field right here for this particular person. If you look in the history, if you look at our events now, you'll see that we sent this letter off today by my user initials AAA. It was a letter that was sent. We can re-edit that letter simply by bringing it back up. There you go. Now what if you want to send the same letter to your entire database? Well, let's do that. Instead of the first toolbar, we'll go to the second toolbar, click F6. This time it's a mail merge. We're going to mail merge a group of contacts. So I'm going to do everyone here. I'll just click on the merge button, and we'll have an option here to select a filter. Say you want to select people only that live in New York City, or people that match a certain criteria. We'll skip that. We'll say don't use a filter. We'll record the history, yes, and we'll start the merge. And we have 9 contacts in our database, and there you go. It's going to go through each person, to Mike, and then our next person, John, next person, Vincent. So it'll basically do a mail merge that easy, and each of these contact records will have the fact that we sent this mail merge out to them, and you can also go ahead and re-edit that mail merge file, which you can just either print out and send to your